Fucking exactly.
I'm inclined to believe that the people, like the elites, are pragmatic enough so that if this was like just performance art or pointless or something, they probably wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they would invest this much into just performance art. If it were just,
there's something. This is something they clearly believe is efficacious and works.
I'm not willing to believe that the elites of the world have been fooled into a cultural meme that second-year art students generally aren't fooled into.
right?
Yeah, the whole performance art thing, like like modern performance art, it's basically a big meme in the art world that even most artists, if you talk to them honestly, they don't buy into it. Like, they wouldn't be willing to invest this far into it. And yet supposedly the elites of the world are all fooled by it.
Right. They're fooled. They're fooled. It's just art. No.
Well, I think it's important to remember, never underestimate the degeneracy of Jews.
No.
Yeah.
And seeing, like,
their hatred.
Yeah, never underestimate how much they hate us. And if you think this stuff is, sort of goyish Talmudism, then what is it going to do except for teach you to hate other goys?
Exactly.
Is everybody thoroughly triggered now? Everybody's jimmies are all rustled.
Well, I was thinking that while we're still on the topic of children and death and all that sort of thing, Hazard, you have some stuff to talk about regarding Hawaii and the connection to this whole situation.
Hawaii and the whole section of this thing, I haven't looked too terribly much into it. I mean, this isn't, my usual reluctance to do show prep. This is just...
You don't want to look deep into this.
Yeah, this is like staring in the asshole of the beast.
Oosh.
Look, God, episode since a Dante reference, 0.
Oh, I wasn't... Okay.
Stop it.
I gotta have my humor in there somewhere. I gotta
Stop it. So you were saying Hawaii.
But essentially, one of the people that is mentioned in the Podesta emails, do you remember who it is, Sandy?
I am afraid I can't remember it off the top of my head.
We will provide links because...
Yeah, in the show notes.
Yeah, in the show notes, because I don't want to go look it up.
Because we do those, too.
Just about... But essentially, he owns a large complex out in Hawaii. It is just a living space, no industrial applications, no nothing. But one of the things is there have been repeated observations of industrial chemicals being delivered to this location. The sort of chemicals you would use for breaking down and disposing of human tissue.
Oh, man.
And there are large quantities of these?
Yeah. Barrelfuls.
What is this, like Breaking Bad parts when they, dissolve these bodies? Like, come on, Jesus Christ.
Well, is this now who owns the property?
I believe it's Bishop Trust Estate. That's the name that... we'll correct if wrong in the show notes. The wealthiest charity in Hawaii worth $10 billion and has a 10% stake in Goldman Sachs.
Huh.
Yeah, and we know that no charities have ever been involved with kid touching. Like, definitely nothing like Jimmy Savile's been involved with, or Boys Town, or Jerry Sandusky's charities.
No.
Of course not. That would all just be a crazy conspiracy.
And fake news. Hashtag fake news.
Hashtag fake news.
Hashtag fake news. No, that's so disturbing when you think about, like, at what level this has gone to,
Absolutely. I would bet any amount of money that if we could get to the truth of it, what happened up at Penn State was another grooming ring.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, for guys that like 18, 19-year-old boys.
Do you guys think that...
They don't always have to be 10, 11,
Nah,
12,
Johnny,
15,
that was... Jerry Sandusky put a huge amount of time in with all these underprivileged orphan kids, and that's who his victims were.
High school.
How do you guys think? How do you guys think the Rotherham rings relate to all this?
I am
honestly think that's a bunch of fucking
even though our
packies selling
tinfoil
white
hats
girls.
are on. Yeah.
I literally
Even though
think that's a bunch of
tinfoil hats
packies
are
selling
on.
white girls.
Yeah, exactly. Even with tinfoil on, I don't
here's the
think
thing:
it's connected.
it wasn't just that; it was the police cover-up of it.
That I believe
You have government agents and organizations actively working involved in this same sort of.
Yeah, I think that was because they were told to. I think that was more like...
Who the hell is going to tell them that who's not involved in this stuff?
Because we don't want to seem racist. I think that's just...
With that being
I
said,
don't think that's all
though,
there is to it.
no. With that being said, though, I think that with it specifically being a pedophilia ring, there is credence to what Def is saying. There is the possibility that maybe they didn't want to have, like, all of a sudden people looking into big UK sex scandals.
Right.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is what if they were all Muslims because the more powerful people realized that would be the scapegoat? I mean, I'm not here to defend Islam being in the West or anything, but it's like, okay, it could be a coincidence. It could be just like the fact that these people live here and they want to exploit white girls, or it could be that people higher up who are smarter than them were exploiting the fact that they were all of Pakistani origin in a way to hide what they were doing.
No, they were all...
I think Muslims just really like rape.
Nobody's disputing that. But again, like the fact that there was an active police cover up here, I think lends credence to the idea that there is.
Yeah, no, that's the only part. That's the only part I don't like about the whole situation is the active police cover up.
Yeah.
Because
So that sort of makes me think they dealt somebody in.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my point.
like maybe somebody in the city council was Pakistani and was like, using leverage. I mean, there's always that too.
Distinct possibility.
There's a distinct possibility that there could be some town officials could have been putting pressure on the police department, and the chief was like, "Hey guys, listen, we're gonna lose funding, so that never happened. All right, everybody, hey, picnic time, or whatever. That's
Just ignore the crying children over here.
right. I mean, like some of the stories of the fathers that got arrested for trying to look into it.
Oh, dude, no.
Looks really suspicious to me. So I don't.
That's what I was
know.
saying, man.
I don't know with the Rotherham thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm speculating,
no. It totally was like Pakistanis selling white girls. Like that was
Yes.
totally it.
Yes.
But why were the police complicit with the whole thing? I don't know. Like I said, here's the thing about England: is a lot of the neighborhoods have been bought up by people with a lot of money from outside of England. So, there are neighborhoods in England that are empty because they've bought out entire neighborhoods and they're Chinese or whatever investors. And they could have, influenced town politics with their money.
Like all I'm saying is that like when the story came out, I was perfectly satisfied with the they were afraid of being called racist story. But the more I think about it, the less satisfied and the more it seems like there is.
Right. So there's something going on. Either the police are being paid off, or the police are being told don't investigate.
It's sad when your best case scenario is that the police are being bribed to cover up pedophilia by packies.
Yeah.
That is the best case scenario.
Yeah, that's the best case
And you know
scenario.
what's the most unsettling part?
What's
The
that?
most unsettling part is we've got these low IQ fucking packies pulling off a high-speed, low-drag child trafficking operation. What are a bunch of degenerate high IQ Jews going to be able to fucking do?
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to utilize the low IQ package.
They're going to network, and they're going to have a worldwide network of it.
Yep, and that's what they have. Oh, it's so disgusting and disturbing, dude.
Yeah, if any guys are wondering why it sounds like we're low energy compared to most weeks, we're a little bit off kilter and so on. This stuff is so like we cover conspiracies, we cover paranormal stuff, we cover like ritualistic mock sacrifices in front of our statues.
We do all that
shit
stuff.
is like too heavy. This is
real. This is going on. This is.
I mean, I could laugh about it. I could do funny things, but I was actively told not to.
No, we could. We all could because we're depraved like that. We all could. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I'm trying as
But
hard
it's
as I
not
can
right.
not to.
It's not
Yeah,
fucking
I know,
right.
I know,
Like,
I know.
that's the thing.
We are like at the point where this isn't fun, but it needs to be covered.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know what everybody else has covered on this already. I know Red Ice did a thing on it.